PrizePicks. Before I get started though, there is a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks. The PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. Also, there is a Discord link and a Patreon link that are in the description of this video as well. But let's get into it. We're coming off a night where we went 3-1 on our plays. Normally give 3 plays. I gave the 4th bonus play yesterday that I did like. But Manny Machado hit his over hitter fantasy score of 8.5. He had 14. Paul Goldschmidt hit his over total bases. He had 5. Aaron Judge let us down. We had his over 1.5 TB. He had 0. And then Corbin Burns. People were saying in the Discord at least that this is a bold play at under 7.5. He had 6 strikeouts, so we hit on that. So a 3-1. We are on a nice little run here on PrizePicks. Again, I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. These are just the plays I'm personally looking at making. Also, it is important to note that it's important to mix and match these plays. Obviously, I'm locking these plays into one line for examples to show my results and things like that. But you don't need to lock all the 3 plays I give you into one line. You can mix and match with plays you're thinking about, plays that you like. With these plays, mix and match, you guys. It's important to just keep that in mind. But let's get into it. 3 total player props that I like on the MLB slate today. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. So the first play is going to be a pitcher fantasy score, and it's going to be Tyler Anderson over 34.5 versus Miami. Tyler Anderson having probably the most underrated season of anyone in the league right now. I think no one's talking about it, but 13-2, 2.81 ERA, 101 strikeouts on the year, 12th in baseball with a 1.01 WHIP, right? So you can see, he had this outing against San Diego, 7 innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, no earned runs. And even coming off this game against Kansas City, he still pitched well, didn't get the run support, but 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, and 4 Ks. But I just love this spot here. I think you can't get better, honestly, as a matchup goes than Tyler Anderson has today. So here is the matchup: left-handers versus, or the teams versus left-handers away. Okay, so strikeout percentage, they're facing Miami. Miami, highest strikeout percentage in baseball against lefties away. They're playing in Dodger Stadium, the late PM or the night game, 7 p.m. game here Pacific time. 29.3% strikeout percentage against lefties. Batting average lowest in baseball against lefties away as well at 215. So honestly, this matchup it literally doesn't get any better here for Tyler Anderson. 29% strikeout percentage along with the lowest batting average against lefties in baseball, especially away. Home game for Tyler Anderson, I think he comes out pitches well. 34.5 is, that's a good amount of fantasy points, but he can attain that pretty easily. 6 innings of work, 5 or 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run. That's easily over 34.5. Pitcher fantasy score. Love the over here for Tyler Anderson. He's been pitching well. Great matchup here. Taking the over on this one. The next plays are actually going to be plays that we made yesterday. I just can't shy away from them, and I just need to bring them back to you guys. So the first one is obviously going to be Manny Machado, and you can decide personally if you prefer 8.5 hitter fantasy score or 1.5 total bases. Just as a hitters, you cannot not take Manny Machado, in my opinion. He has been on an absolute tear. Now just take a look at this game log since August 7th, or even take a look since August 3rd. 3 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit, 1 hit. Or this is 6 hits, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 hits in 14 games. His splits over his last, look at this. This is insane. Month of August, he's hitting 361, 1.8086 OPS. The last 7 days, 448 with a 1.343 OPS. And he's facing a young pitcher here against the Washington Nationals, and he's a right-hander. You can see how Manny Machado does against righties. 329 against righties, 942 OPS, just in comparison to lefties. Also, he is hitting at home, Manny Machado. You can see some more in-depth splits here. 329 against righties, a lot bigger sample size as well. 298 at home versus righties. You just can't shy away from it. So I'm most likely going to go 1.5 TB for him here, but 8.5 hitter fantasy score again. You can't go wrong with either one of these. So I just recommend pick which one you feel more confident in. I'm just giving you guys this play as a hitter for him because I just think he's that good and he's that locked in right now. So I'm taking Manny Machado, hitter fantasy score or 1.5 total bases before this video, and put 1.5 TB here. And then the other one is going to be our guy Goldie. He's just Paul Goldschmidt, if we can find him. He's on a different level here as well. The total bases machine, right? He's got to be the front runner for MVP right now. his splits, he's been on an absolute tear as well. If we take a look at his splits, over his last 7 days, he's hitting 400, 1.308 OPS. Pretty unstoppable, if you ask me, as of late. Just locked in on a completely different level. He's facing a left-hander today too, which is kind of unfair. You can see his splits versus lefties: 430 average, 1.36 OPS against lefties, 831 slugging. He's facing a young pitcher too, young left-handed pitcher. So the matchup for Paul Goldschmidt is there. Left-handed, it's just crazy how he hits lefties. 430, 1.361 OPS is disgusting. So I'm taking both Manny and Paul Goldschmidt, hitter, fantasy score, or total bases. I personally haven't decided yet, but I'm taking one of them. Manny Machado. I'm going to probably go with total bases for both of them, honestly. Machado total bases and Paul Goldschmidt total bases. And then Tyler Anderson over pitcher fantasy score. So again, let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these player props. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and as always, have a great day.